This is Frank Gasparic, Beyond the Leading Edge. The time is 1:14 in the morning. The date, February 27th. And we're shooting a bunch of people that are lining up for the sneak preview of Wizard of Speed and Time, the movie.
I've got pointed ears that are something like good ears, or something like dead elks. I can't decide my own shit. I've never had time to stay home and raise my so what will I have when I'm empty my clip? Empty my clip, empty.
This is the actual food of animators. All the effects you see on the film were inspired by little cheddar cheese goldfish.
And here we have Mike Jitlove, the Wizard of Speed and Time. Yeah, jacket, turn it a bit. All right, yeah.
All right. Enough of your so much for
doggone spell never works right.
And the little tiny wizard that was included in the new coffee.
Oh yeah.
Oh boy! Yay!
Hey, it was even bigger feet. I can just see it now. It's the Star's latest.
So we were cruising by and heard it was kind of lonely and cool out here, so we brought a bunch of chicks, guys, and kisses for the ladies.
Aww. Ice cream for everybody.
Wait, there's more. Now how much?
It's green.
It's green.
I don't promote green, but it's green.
Hey,
Green. Of course. Green apples. Oranges. Wrong color, but wrong to Northern Irish. And the opposite side, those of you who can't drink the green stuff, we have the orange stuff, carrot juice. And
Put my name on that list.
I didn't know how many people there were going to be here. I could have sworn there were 10 people when I cruised by the first time. But a bunch of Haagen-Dazs.
Ooh!
Friend.
So, yeah, you did right.
Don't be afraid of it. It doesn't bite.
Is that one of those microphones?
Yes.
I don't know about that.
I swore them up after the movie. Never again. So, anyway.
Show off the belt buckle.
Oh, hey.
Yes.
Keeps away the elephants as long as I'm here.
It works.
Mike Jitlove, Leslie Fish from
Leslie.
San Francisco.
Wow.
Came down from San Francisco to sing at your party.
Oh, gee. Well, we redo the music for the Wizard film. Maybe.
He hasn't
Get
heard.
inspired by it after you see the film.
Doug loaned us your promo film to show her.
Wow.
He wanted to see what you had done.
After seeing that, I was assured that I couldn't write an easy song before we were the whole thing. I think I have to for the main premiere.
Yeah, you get an idea of some of it. The wizard, the little wizard thing that's in there that we replaced is pretty close to what we need. The rest of the music is open to suggestion. It really is. Even the march out at the end, which we sort of rematched everybody's lips. And Richard and I klooshed together a big argument song, but you got ideas. I'm open to them. Oh, something else in the car that's interesting. I thought I'd bring it back.
And there's two there, so.
We have one right here.
Package short.
Which remind me, Mike. May I?
Here, the one and only carrot juice.
Yes. One of these goes to our crewman.
So we could see the actual reaction to the different scenes and find out what has to be tweaked.
Yeah, set up a camera behind the screen.
If there's a place to plug it in, I can do that. I don't have enough batteries to do that for the whole film.
It's 97 minutes.
And Mike is pulling out
The actual script. Well, this is something that was written back in 1981 when somebody said, "Why don't you do a script about the guy in the black cape?"
Crewman gets it.
And this is it. It's kind of between a script and a story. And friend Brian Thomas has been our production assistant and apprentice wizard, not to mention full-fledged wizard throughout the movie, has been reading this at various fan conventions out loud. It's strange, and it was back in 1981, but if anybody wants to see what I was planning to do way back when, on a $1.98 budget, we were going to film this in 16 millimeter.
Garage time.
Yeah, I'll leave it if anybody wants to read it. So, if I can get it back, that's okay, but if I don't,
There's more where
there it is. It's been read wrong. Who is the first person in line? Who's the guy who bicycled all the way here? There he is, from Granada Hills.
Kidding.
Say your name!
Harold Hobbs, better known in fandom as the Hare.
And who are all these people? Have you interviewed everybody? so
No,
far?
we were just setting up when you came by,
Oh my God.
so we caught you first. Well, as the man who built the film, we figure that you've got first billing.
Harold Hobbs, who was second?
I was.
Actually, you were here first,
I
technically.
was here first, but I didn't sit down first.
Oh, okay.
And your name?
Amber.
Amber. Neat. I had a script called Unicorn Amber someday.
True.
And what time did you show up, Amber?
3 o'clock.
Afternoon.
Yes.
Friday, the 26th of February, 1988. Double infinities. And second was third.
There's truly Darius Smith.
Darius Smith,
Yes.
obviously from Starfleet.
Oh, gee. Okay. Why not?
Gee, wow. Good grief. Hi,
But of
Captain.
course, Admiral.
Admiral.
Admiral Kirk.
Yes. But of course, we have to keep an eye on what's happening back here in the past to see what you fools will come up with next.
And number four?
Number 4.
Our moose contingent.
The moose is loose.
My name is Mark.
You'll see that in the film.
That was number 4. I came here about 7:30, and I am the resident weird dresser.
Bad dresser.
Maniac.
Yes, that too. Weird dresser, crazy dresser, maniac. Anything you really want to say, anything that's strange, I do.
Looks guaranteed.
He's Mark Polliner, otherwise known as the Pollinator.
The synthetic long chain pollinator.
Yes.
Number 6.
Was that number 5?
That was
That was number 4. Number 5.
Where's number 5?
Number 5 was Regina. She's going to be
She'll be
back tomorrow.
Somewhat indisposed.
And number 6.
Yours truly.
Aha. Kevin Bold.
Yes. Thank you for reminding me. I occasionally need that.
And you are down here from?
I'm up here from Hawthorne.
Very good.
Number 7.
Number 7? Is that us? No, Tommy was here earlier.
Yeah, Tom was here when we came back.
Okay, who's number 7?
I think number 7 split.
Everybody check your badges.
Yeah.
Number 7.
They've managed to number the badges for this show.
Number 7 split.
8. Ah. And your name?
Wolf Smith.
Wolf Smith.
Oh no.
Sorry.
And representing anything in particular?
Not really.
Okay. Number 9. No, there were a few others. Number 10.
Yay.
Tom McDaniel.
Complete with truck.
The Beast. Portable stage.
All right, there's our first 10 people in line. And what else do we have? 11, 12, 13?
I'll take 13.
You'll take 13.
Says 16, but I'll be 13 anyway.
And your name?
Jim. Jim Dennis.
Jim Dennis.
Yes.
I noticed you were playing chess.
Yes.
Are you rated yet?
I was rated 7 years ago based on 5 games, so the USCF has lost it because they started computerizing in '83, and I played in '81. The only tournament that I've ever been in.
All right. Going for mastership, I take it.
Well, I'd like to make candidate master anyway. We'll see about master.
Okay, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. Do I believe this? 21, 22, 20, 22. Aha! The infamous Leslie Fish.
At least well known.
At least well known. Down from San Francisco area, I believe.
I was lured down here with the chance of being the first person to see this, from the Bay Area to see this totally crazy thing I've seen snippets of at conventions for years. And as you can see, I'm the resident anarchist and road warrior fan.
Yay.
Yay! And I've been playing guitar for long enough that I get careless I can put out a cigarette on. And I've been folk singing for I don't know how long. And I'm now a professional science fiction and fantasy folk singer, working for Off Centaur Publications, which is probably the world's largest publisher of science fiction fantasy folk music. I'm selling tapes too. And so, since I'm used to singing all night at conventions, you know, filkers do it till dawn. That's the tape term for it, folk music. It should be a contraction of filthy folk music, but I have my doubts. That's probably a famous typo that stuck. Anyway, since I'm used to, as I say, singing conventions all night long, I figured I'd come out here and sing for the Lion convention all night long. And get myself online early for a first showing.
Very good. I've been listening to you for a while, and I sure want to hear some more. All right. 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28.
She's 31.
29.
You don't look
30. Aha.
She's old for her age.
And you are?
Hungry. I'm John LaValle.
All right. And what do you do? Or represent or something?
I like science fiction. I like to watch it. I like to read it. I like to write it. I think I write it well. I'm trying to find a producer who agrees. Oh, that's right. I make models.
All right. I tell you what, in a few minutes, do you have any with you?
I've got one. It's on my motorcycle.
Okay. We'll come back to you in a bit and maybe pick up some footage of that model.
Sure. I'd be glad to.
Hey, 31.
As soon as I finish this.
And 32. Okay. And your name is?
Crystal Torres.
Okay. And you're down here for the movie also?
More or less, yeah. I'm here because he's here. My uncle. I'm sorry. I was asleep on the way down here. I didn't know where I was going. I'm happy I'm here, though.
All right. And you are?
I'm Fang. And I'm just here because I've been seeing Mike's films, short films at conventions and things for years, and I'm anxiously awaiting the first feature.
Well, you're here about 18 hours ahead of opening date, so you're here in good time.
Speed and time, no less.
Well, Wizard of Speed and Time, that's the opening. And we'll slate it right here. Take a cut. Okay, Frank Gasparic, Beyond the Leading Edge, at LineCon 1, and the time is now approximately 2 o'clock in the morning, with a bunch of crazies waiting out front, and I'm just as crazy as the rest of them.
Maybe more.
Slate.
137 actually, but close enough.
I got all of 13 pieces to it. Mike,
Yeah.
I saw that was such a rotten model.
I'm quite upset. You didn't use green pages.
This is back in '70.
Green pages and green ink.
Where? It would have been
On the script, it would have been perfect.
Oh yeah, right. Yes. It would have been unreadable. Well, maybe we'll market the actual script for this film. We'll make tiny little wizard scripts. Magnify us to read them. Thank you. This man. He made it. Or he got it. Did you draw?
I want to buy that green jacket.
You can't. It's one of a kind.
He's the wizard. I want my own souvenir.
Come to see his
There will be
movie.
some merchandising of green jackets connected with the film.
Yes.
Oh my God.
What you need is
We want the real one.
green jackets.
You don't have that jacket for copyright.
Nope.
No trademarks, nothing. Remember you
I have a copyright in the pocket.
show him the jacket. Come over here.
Why? You may steal it.
I'll cut here for a minute, save your battery.
Come on, take a look at the model.
Okay, move in on the model.
The man and the model. Made from 3,425 parts.
This is obviously a space shuttle. It looks rather detailed. Do you like to, with the tiles? How many tiles?
Well, the actual orbiter has something on the order of 44,000 tiles on it, and considering the fact that I was working such a small scale, I elected to put only 20,000 on.
Some of them are missing too, just like the real one.
It took about 2 weeks worth of just sitting there watching television or standing watch with a surgical scalpel, a number 11 scalpel, and a steady hand.
Would you like to turn that around so we can take a look at the underside tiles also?
See if we can get the light bouncing off them.
And I can't show you because mine is on the list.
All right, can you move in on that, please?
Can I hold it still enough for you guys?
Are numbered so that people will know their place in line. We can mingle around with the habit.
That is a beautiful piece of work. The infamous O-rings. And
The O-ring that, according to Dr. Poinell, set the whole space program on its tush.
and this one's the Enterprise.
It's my little suggestion to NASA. I said, if you want another shuttle, look in the garage.
Sorry about that.
A really beautiful piece of work.
Well, thank you.
That is good enough to put on a desk anywhere. Okay, you want to cut here?
About a famous San Francisco hero. See him stalking day or night the cities of the bay. Like some veteran tiger come to hunt his chosen prey. They'll never lack for targets here, for scum will always rise. And to the man who guards your streets that comes as no surprise. And who will be the guardian to take your dangers on? Who will guard your streets at night when Dirty Harry's gone? For 1 in 10's a predator who treats the rest as prey. So someone's always needed here to drive those wolves away. We never left the jungle, we just brought it into town. The leopards took on human form and follow us around. And who will be the guardian to take your dangers on? Who will guard your streets at night when Dirty Harry's gone? Who will dare deny him there and say it isn't so? Must swear there is no street at night they wouldn't dare to go. That charity or righteousness will keep them safe from harm. And if their own front door is shut, the whole wide world is warm. And who will be the guardian to take your dangers on? Who will guard your sleep at night when Dirty Harry's gone? Who will say the job is wrong and shouldn't be at all? Must then take up the gun themselves to guard each door and wall. Must spend their nights in sentry rounds, their days in packing heat. It's easier to pay the man full time to guard your street. And who will be the guardian to take your dangers on? Who will guard your sleep at night when Dirty Harry's gone? we always have to choose. The thug who waits to mug you is collecting Darwin's dues. And you can't drive hyenas off by kneeling down to pray. So who will raise the weapon then to keep the beasts at bay? Run like deer, or die like sheep, or take your dangers on, for you must guard your streets yourselves when Dirty Harry's on.
Good tune. Beautiful.
But anyhow, people.
Oh, yeah.
Sitting on this ledge, I felt several distinct...
Whenever Leslie decides she feels tired enough to want to rest.
All we have is freedom, all we know.
Frank, I'm
Our
probably
forefathers fought for us many years ago. Ancient right unnoticed as the breath we draw.
I got something hot to
Live
take.
by no man's leave
Well, I'd say it's
under
on
nature's
everything.
law.
Somebody.
He will take a tribute, toll of all our wear. He will change our gold for arms that we may not bear. He will peep and mutter, and the night shall bring watchers neath our window, lest we mock the king. Strangers of his counsel, hirelings of his pay, these will deal our justice out, sell denied away. Who will in the shadow, crafty in the sun, far beyond his border shall his teachings run. Long forgotten bondage, dwarfing heart and brain, all our fathers died to loose, he shall bind again. Nothing here is guessed at random or untrue. Swings the wheel full circle, brims the cup anew. Nothing here unproven. Is that about who I think it's It can't be. It was written over 100 years ago.
Are you serious?
It's by Rudyard Kipling. It was like a poem more than 100 years ago.
It's somehow strangely appropriate, though. Jermaine.
The wizard was here. Serious.
No, I believe he was here. I just believe that by...
We've got it on camera.
That's right.
On tape.
That's what I gotta get my
And
button.
yeah, you know about the buttons, I think.
I've got one at home.
Okay, but you know about the numbered buttons. Get in line. Like you get to your turn to get in line.
This way when it comes, this way when it comes
When do they
time
open
to
the tickets?
6
6
o'clock.
o'clock tomorrow for an 8 p.m. showing.
6 o'clock in the evening or morning?
Evening.
It's going to take all the blood in you, make it go.
Oh, here we go. Here we go.
Yeah, it'll just start. And it's listening to. Pet Clark. Every time I hear that, I think of that.
Howdy, Richard. You shoot us, we can shoot you.
That's fair. That's fair.
Speaking of Mark Molino's going to town, we can't too.
Oh, he's got a camera too?
kind of stuff. He's the one that has this little kid. Oh. And Mark's Cartoon Fantasy Organization.
CFO. Yeah, we can probably get a shot of the. Well, look, it's all moving. It's all moving out to the northwest. So it's breaking in here.
I drove out of it coming to Westwood. Yeah, so it's raining a little bit, and I think it's going to blow over. Well, I take that back, 'cause it just hit me.
No, I think we're going to be all right.
Yeah.
It doesn't look like one of these downpour nights.
No, I don't think so. I think we're going to be all right.
No.
Yeah.
Kirk Allen. And we're out here in front of the Wizard in an almost rainstorm. Okay, right in the end. Here we are with Kirk Allen, production assistant, and Kirk Ellis, right, and Richard Kay at the Wizard of Speed and Time sneak preview in Westwood in an almost rainstorm.
Just about.
Yeah, but we're going to send up a crew to clear those clouds out before the show starts, aren't we?
I think so. I think that's it, yeah.
Kirk
Well, Mike's going to actually get the clouds out. He uses the Wizard powers.
That's true.
Yeah.
That's true.
Yeah.
Kirk's been really doing a fantastic job with the promotion on the film, and everything is great. It's about 4 now. What time is it?
Right now it's a 4:45.
4:45. We've got about 165 people out here so far, and we're looking for a big night. We're looking for a fun night, right, Kirk?
Well, I understand advanced tickets are already on sale for the 10 o'clock show.
Right.
My understanding from the theater people, so I'm very pleased with the turnout this far.
Right.
Yeah.
That is impressive. I was down here at 2 o'clock in the morning. There were about a dozen people out here. They were playing guitars, singing songs, telling stories.
Well, now I understand the first fan came in on a bicycle from San Gabriel. Was that right, or
San Fernando Valley.
San Fernando Valley, yeah.
It was actually, I think it was the second fan. We're going to get an interview later. But did bicycle from Granada Hills, which is great. Which is great, and it makes us feel really good that it's really gratifying to see the fans turning out way before the screening.
Now, we've been talking about this screening for almost a year now. I guess 2 years.
Well, it's been,
yeah.
It's been a long time.
It's finally happening, so it's still kind of a weird experience, seeing all this take pass.
Well, a lot of this is due to Mike Jitlov and his popularity for the last 10 years in the science fiction world.
I'd let you in an inside. Richard's been telling me about that, and as a publicist, you say, well, maybe, but the proof is in the pudding here.
I've been telling both Kirk and Lenny Shapiro and Alan Solomon, the distributors of the film, that the fans are going to turn out, and of course, when they do, it's sort of a phenomenon, and they're waiting to see it. They're going to be here pretty shortly themselves.
We call it our secret weapon.
Well, I'd like to remind you people that from what I know of science fiction fandom, it's not only national but international, so you've got a ready-made following.
That's what we hope. That's what we hope. Yeah.
I hope so. Thanks, Frank. So later on, maybe we'll talk after the show.
All right.
Okay, great.
Thanks, Frank.
This is Beyond the Leading Edge at the Wizard of Speed and Time sneak preview. Okay, and a newly arrived celebrity in the world of science fiction, Mr. Forrest J. Ackerman.
Oh, I've been looking forward to this for years, ever since I first saw the first efforts of Mike Jitlov. I think he's an undiscovered genius, and the world will know that after tonight.
Well, I've been watching almost as long as you have, Forey.
Start from the top up again?
Okay, let me. Somebody hang on to this. Here's a recently arrived celebrity, Forrest J. Ackerman.
I've been waiting for this event for years, you know, ever since at World Science Fiction Conventions. I've seen little samples of what Mike Jitloff could do, and I think tonight the world is going to see the birth of a brand new genius in special effects. He's above and beyond anything I've ever seen before.
Well, I've been waiting for it for 10 years myself, Forey. I know how you feel about it. Have you ever done a spread on him in your magazine?
No, I haven't, but it's certainly well worthy of it. Because basically what I'm doing, I'm called a Golden Age editor in Film Facts, and I primarily am looking at 1930 backward rather than 1980 upward.
Well, at any rate, we've got Mike Jitloff in the film, the producer, and certainly we're generating quite a crowd here. So it looks like maybe a successful night for a man who's worked long and hard for it.
He certainly deserves it.
Okay, how about we talk to you after the film and get your impressions of it?
You bet, you bet.
Okay.
Okay.
And this weather's a little unclement.
We'll work with you, whatever it takes.
Okay.
And I've
I'll
got
keep you.
plenty
I'll
of
keep
people.
Let's you and I confer before we.
Yeah, well, before we hammer it down.
Right.
And I'm going to want to start as soon as everybody's seated.
Absolutely.
I'm going to want to start the show. I'm not going to want a lot of delays.
You got any speeches or you
No,
going to say anything to the crowd?
roll for these people. Speech, these people would kill us. You know, it's going to be roll the damn film.
Okay.
You know? Now, one thing we may do. Now, I don't know how this is going to work. I mean, would Mike want to take a round of applause at the end of the show?
I don't know how that's going to work. No,
Okay.
I don't know.
Because I mean, he's going to get one when this film is over with. These people are going to start hooting and hollering.
They might yell. Yeah, they might yell for him.
So
to
if he
come
comes
up there.
out, then at the end of the screening, we might have a guy make a personal appearance.
If you want to bring him in from the back, I have a way to do
Okay,
that for you.
Mike's a man of few words. As a matter of fact, he's a man of no words at all. So,
Well, don't say that because
you may come up with a couple words.
Come up with a few, yeah.
Anyway,
and you know, I have at least 45 minutes planned.
yeah, I'm sure you do, Richard. Yeah, the producers, man, I hate them. Bane of my existence.
Where is my speech?
I got to make sure I got my wizard button on.
Richard, does that speech start with, I'd like to thank the members of the Academy?
I'd like to thank my mother, my father.
Hey, listen, you know, I'm taking this film to the Cannes Inn in Cannes, the director's fortnight.
Yeah.
So I mean, you know, it could be very interesting. This will be a very interesting test.
Well, we can use this clip all through. I can get it on the my friend. No, my friend has got the whole. Yeah, you know the closed circuit TV deal.
Arthur Cassell?
No, Alan Vallier.
Oh, Vallier, yeah.
He'll run this promo.
Great.
All through.
I'm not really looking forward to seeing this thing. You've got to get the
He'll run it all through Southern Europe.
Really?
Over here earlier today.
What was that?
P-51.
It figures. We've got John LaValle in a model, another model. It's being 5 o'clock in the afternoon. This being the art show portion of LineCon 1, the sneak preview of Wizard of Speed and Time. John, you want to tell me about that?
Okay, this is the Mark II Spider. I did it in aircraft aluminum with grimy antiquing, World War II U.S. Army Air Force insignia with a little go to hell patch on the side wing. A Wile E. Coyote.
Why not? I notice you have a couple of other models down here.
I'm Nancy Reagan.
This one,
Kevin Bowles.
if there's any similarity between the two of these, it's because they are made from the B-Wing, which is a George Lucas property. But I didn't like the way the B-Wing looked, but I figured that parts of it looked neat, and I made vehicles that can actually fly with them. Shut up! It's completely one of my own design. It's for one of my own stories. It's the Confederate spaceship Alabama.
Could you give me an idea of how big that would be if it were to be really built?
It's about a click. It's about 1 click in length, a kilometer. For those of us who live only in America, it is 5/8 of a mile.
All right. That is a good piece of model building. Detail, it looks used.
That's the idea. It's a veteran of many battles, including a close brush with the atmosphere of Jupiter. There he is. Look at that. That's a jug?
That's a P-51.
It had elliptical wings. I thought the 51 had squared wings.
They can change the tips on those.
Could be. Sure sounded pretty.
That's our artist.
A whole bunch of them down there. A bunch of guys.
Here we have somebody wearing an infamous green jacket. Okay. Would you like to tell me your name, sir?
Steve Bartlett.
Steve Bartlett? And what do you do for a living?
I'm an engineer.
What kind, if I might ask?
I work for one of the aerospace contractors.
An aerospace engineer going to a science fiction movie. That should beat about all. And you've seen Jitlov's work before?
Oh, many times indeed. And anyone who's seen his work in the past would have to appreciate something like this.
All right. Well, I hope you have a good time at the show, and maybe we can pick up a few words from you on the way out and your impressions of the movie.
Quite possible. Quite possible.
Thank you. And good evening to you, sir.
Good day, my lord.
And your name, sir?
Chester of Long Beach.
Chester of Long Beach. And your costume represents?
Renaissance England.
Renaissance England. We have quite a turnout here for this this showing. And obviously you're here for the Wizard of Speed and Time.
Of course. Nothing else. The most important event of this year.
And you're anticipating the movie. You've seen Jitlov's work before then?
Yes, many times at many science fiction conventions. I have seen his work. Beautiful work. Most inspired.
Very good. Nice costume, sir.
Thank you very much.
Okay, let's see who else we can find to talk with around here. Oh, perhaps this lady. Hello.
Joan Alexander.
Joan Alexander. Dawn Alexander.
Yeah.
And this American English doesn't seem to be your native tongue. Where are you from?
Australia.
Oh, very good. And you've seen Mr. Jitlov's work also?
Yes, previously. My son is in this picture. Small piece. Crowd scene, I gather.
Well, very good. I hope you enjoy the movie, and perhaps we can get a few words from you on your impressions afterwards.
I'd be delighted. Thank you.
And thank you.
Bye-bye, Fred.
And here we have an artist in his own right, known in the science fiction world. May I have a few words with you, Mr. Rotzler?
Sure. You have the words in mind?
Well, I know you've seen, you're wearing an apprentice wizard badge.
Yes,
that means
you're in it. I'm in it. You'll never see me, but I'm in it.
All right. And you're anticipating a good crowd and turnout for this?
I don't know. I mean, if people know about Mike, they would come. If they don't know about Mike, who knows?
Okay. Have you seen the work yourself?
No.
Okay. Well, maybe we can get a few words with you as you come out and get your impressions on the film.
Unless he is incorporating some of his old stuff in it, and then I've seen that. But he always does good stuff. So it should be nice. End of interview.
All right. Thank you, Mr. Rotzler. And would you mind being interviewed on camera for a few moments?
Oh, why should I?
Okay. And your name?
Joanne Dow.
All right. It seems like Mr. Jitlov is shouting again. And can I ask you what you do for a living?
I'm an engineer.
Engineer. What branch of engineering?
Electronics.
Electronics. And I take it you're also familiar with Jitlov's work?
Oh, yes. I've seen it at conventions a lot. I'm anxious to see the results.
All right. And I hope you have a good time at the movie this evening.
Hope you do too.
I'm sure going to try. Let's see what we can do in picking up Mike.
To be read.
Oh, darn.
You can't clap for every song.
I'll have to mention that to Doug.
We've got another wizard. This way.
Good evening.
And you are representing a wizard of some nature.
Yes, I am the Wizard of Sight and Sound.
And not the wizard of speed and time.
No, we have to stick together, so I've come out to wish my comrade well in his success.
All right. You're a rather impressive costume, I must say.
Thank you. Thank you very much.
And do you have anything like an organization or something you would wish to plug? A National Wizards Guild or something else?
Not really. We do have a guild. It's been working behind the scenes in Hollywood for many years, and it's nice to see one of our fellows actually get out in the open and present himself as he really is.
All right. I wish him much luck, and perhaps after the film is over, we can pick up your impressions of what this looks like.
Certainly. I'm looking forward to it.
And your name, sir?
I'm Merlin O.
Merlin O. Very good. This is Frank Gasparic at the Wizard of Speed and Time sneak preview for Beyond the Leading Edge.
Two badges. Okay, you're here for the movie? The 8 o'clock showing? Okay. That's great.
77 and 78. Actually, 100.
177 and 178. Oh, one more. And 179.
Damn, I'm gonna murder who stuck this on here. More. How many more?
Friday, stay here till now. I got slept in my night drive.
I'm gonna murder whoever stuck this on. They're getting real hard to stick on it.
You get murdered, Doug.
Got here around 8.
I'm gonna murder Doug anyway. Just on purpose.
I'm a wimp.
We just kind of come around to schmooze.
Well, it's fun.
Right over there.
Oh, yeah. If that cop comes around again, he's really going to be free. He came around when he's only half this many feet when his eye
Stick one?
Yeah. Hello.
We're all going on. That's what we need. Somebody standing off to the side interviewing all the people.
And your name, sir?
Jeff Rohde. That's J-E-R-K, Jeff.
Right. Jeff, that's a nice piece of artwork.
Nice piece of artwork. Yeah, I like the way you put that. That seems to be the general reaction. I don't know. I draw. Mike has been an inspiration. I consider Mike something of a patron saint of fandom because he shows you just how far you can go without chemical inducement.
That's a very good thought.
Yeah, because some people just can't believe people on pure air can think of things like these, you know?
Well, it's certainly an inducement. Well, that's pretty.
I have some talent with ink, but none with watercolor. People also say I have a one-track mind. I don't know where they got that idea.
And you're sort of a budding animator then.
Yes, I watch animation. I do animation. I've done my own little films. Nothing on Mike's scale, though. He's like Mozart to me. It's like knowing Mozart in your own time. Of course, it's a sobering thought when you think that when Mozart was my age, he'd been dead for 2 years.
As he carefully refolded the old joke and put it back in his pocket.
You can't do that with parchment. No, but,
Okay, it's nice seeing you here, Jeff.
I really am. That's an old line, too.
Speed. Here we have a man who's been involved with the Wizard of Speed and Time from its very inception, Mr. Doug Crapo.
Hi. Yeah, I think that I was showing Mike's original demo reel around. on Sunset Strip, and this guy walks in while we're showing it and says, "Who is this guy and why isn't he produced?" That was Richard Kay, Mike's producer. I said, "Well, let me lay it out right to you. Anybody who produces a Mike Jitloff film, Mike is going to have to co-produce it, direct it, star in it, do all the special effects, all the animation, about 67 different post-production jobs. And if you could get the money for it on that basis, well, you'll have a Mike Jitloff film." He did, and we do.
All right. And about how long have you been showing the Jitloff properties around?
At every convention in Southern California and other places since about 1980 or so.
All right. What about earlier? Because he'd produced these special effects reels for Walt Disney, and I noticed that some of them were in the film.
78. Yes, those were showed throughout fandom.
There you have it, ladies and gentlemen. Another overnight success story after 15 years of hard work.
And of course, he at that time had tapes dating back 11 years prior to that point.
Update that after 20 years of hard work.
26 if you watch your edition.
26 years Jitlov's been working to get produced.
It's a success in Hollywood.
Well, here we are at the Wizard of Speed and Time sneak preview. Yeah. John had said something about going down and getting wet, so we'll make it in the afternoon.
This kid is the original ham. Someday, maybe we can put it to good use.
The master forgot I'm sorry. I do that, keep it off
Would you mind if we had a look at your work?
Just drawing people.
All right, and your name?
Ron.
Okay. You seem to be enjoying LineCon 1 here.
I'm a watcher. It's good to be in a crowd again. And these convention crowds are always a certain type. I like that type.
Okay, thank you very much. Well, here we are at LineCon 1. And your name, sir?
Marlon May.
Marlon May. And I take it you're also familiar with Jitlov's work.
Yes, I certainly am. I've been a fan of Jitlov's work for, I'd say the past 5 or 6 years. Maybe longer. I can't remember when I first saw it, as a matter of fact.
All right. I notice there's quite a turnout here and considerable costuming. Do you have any comments on that?
Other than the fact that this line is composed of a bunch of science fiction fans, and science fiction fans love to get into costumes. I love to see it.
All right. Thank you for your comments. Would you mind if we interviewed you as you came out and got your impressions of the movie?
I wouldn't mind that at all.
Thank you very much.
You're very welcome.
I keep hearing rumors about the Actor Museum. Does that fall through?
As far as the city or anybody taking it over, yeah, but it's still in my home. I had an open house today. You're welcome to see it.
I would hate to think that we lost all. Well, you see, the reason was I was thinking of making a donation.
Small, unmarked bills.
Of material. I have a very large, well, reasonably large collection of giant robot models from Japan. Did you ever watch those, like Robotech?
Yeah.
I got it. You name it, I've got it.
Oh.
And that's one of the things I do. But you see, my apartment, I am running out of room. And I don't have any room to display these things. And I love to display them. That's one of the reasons I built them.
Well,
I was
John
hoping that-
Landis gave me all of the models he made when he was a teenager.
Oh,
and
really?
over in Japan, the man who made him was
We can.
I've known about this since Steve Let me just ask you about, you say your character name is
Admiral Darius Bryce Schmidt.
and does your character appear in any, I mean, what do you do as this character?
Well, you're basically a Star Trek. Known as the Star Trek Council. My ship is the USS Falcon, which is a dreadnought.
Fabulous. That's fabulous. Thank you. Thank you very much for coming. Hi.
Hi.
What's your name?
Well, I'm a cousin then. When I found out that he was here today, I decided to get here early. And I got here at about 3 o'clock yesterday afternoon.
Are you the first fan?
Yes.
Pack them away from
Wizard. No, the ticket line is around the corner at the box office. It's 6 o'clock, or it will be in a few minutes. You can buy your ticket.
We go by numbers.
Right. Okay, numbers are lining up back here then.
How many
Yeah.
tickets can you buy?
There's just
The buttons over there first that are numbers.
they've got buttons.
We've got buttons.
How are you going to organize it?
People can line up in button order just to show you all the costumes. Thank you very much for coming down. It's great of you to come. And this gentleman, you really have a fabulous looking costume. What's your name?
do your own stills. Forced to do your own stills.
Mark, we're happy to have you down. And what is this costume? Is this Merlin?
This is Merlin O. Basically, this was designed as a promotional thing we used to do at hi-fi shows. And it's sort of like our company mascot, the Wizard of Sight and Sound.
Sight and Sound. There's a couple of more wizard things coming out. So we want to thank you very much for coming down. We hope you enjoy the show.
Thank you very much.
Thank you. Well, we have a lot of very interesting people here tonight. And I believe this gentleman, Mr. Foley Ackerman. Is that right, Mr. Ackerman?
That's right. Has been for 71 years. Late to change now.
Would you say that again, Mr. Ackerman?
I say has been for 71 years.
This gentleman has come down as one of the most renowned gentlemen in the science fiction field. Everybody loves him. He's affectionately known as Corey. And I want to thank you very much for coming to the world premiere. It's a pleasure.
I've been waiting for this for 10 years, ever since I saw the first one.
We've figured it all out.
Good. There you go.
Thank you. Well, as Corey was saying, the Wizard originally was a short film that was created entirely by Mike Jitlov, and right now we have expanded it. Mike's expanded the work, and we've got a feature tonight. All the fans are here to see the feature, right? Absolutely. Okay, thanks, Corey. Thanks.
Okay, I think we can take a break for a while at this point, unless you see anything you'd read.
A costume, just having some fun and games, and we wanted to try to select somebody with the best costume. We have a couple of very, very well. Down to four people. Well, okay, that's not bad considering at this point. Who is the winner?
No, we're going to go in reverse order. Number 4 is our Star Trek gentleman right here. He gets one of the Mike Jitloff Wizard jackets.
That's great. Can you step forward? And just show you that I'd like you to see, this is the official emblem of the Wizard of Speed and Time. It's a little running wizard. Just like the button. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you. And who is going to be number?
Number 3, we have to see him from behind.
Green jacket. That's outstanding. That's outstanding. That's very creative.
In case you're colorblind. We're really gonna.
Let's open that up and take a look.
Leaving his body to science fiction.
Obviously.
Hey.
All right, everybody start trying to...
Singing in the dry, singing in the dry. Don't cry, we're singing in the dry. I am alright. We're singing in the dry.
I don't need it now. I've got this. Yes, put this right here, my friend.
Wait a minute. I know what I'll do. I'll get a bunch of trash can bags and make a wizard's robot.
Hey, Gary, where is everybody?
I've never been able to do that myself. Don't rip me. Are we going to start dancing?
Who said sock it to me?
Help, I'm being oppressed.
Absolutely stylish. Go get a pen. What's your number?
My number?
Care for a poncho, gentlemen. Not your Cisco's, not your Don Quixotes. Can't tell the knights from the windmills without your ponchos.
So if you like, I hope you're pointing the mic at all the way.
That's on what channel do you
Are you guys leaving? I suppose John's in class.
What do you mean? You can wait after the car. Outside.
You bet. They ain't drinking beer no more. That's okay. One of these days I'll have my Oh, ginger beer I love. I haven't had ginger beer in ages.
Oh, man, after my heart.
It's not your heart I'm after.
Hey, I would have brought some with me if I was young.
Definitely didn't quite understand what
Look how the words are
I'm 99.
Yeah, I got anything yet. You need a button. Do you need a button?
Actually, we made a movie called The Wizard of Time. It's about special effects people.
Fine.
How much stuff there.
He was prepared not to like it. He thought it was buy tickets.
You saw our show at Harvard.
Just walk around the block.
You saw one of our shows up at Harvard. We used to make special effects movies. Now we got a whole picture about it.
What do we do, actually?
Were you here to see the movies?
Yeah, I was here to see her.
Oh, yeah.
That's for buying back to your original position after you bought your ticket.
Where do you get
Good.
We're buying tickets now.
Oh, this is line for getting
That's line for getting the tickets, then you go in the line for waiting to get in.
Why do you have common sense? Why did Now this we got at WorldCon LA. We got ours. Signed by Angelique Pettyjohn. Who you ask is Angelique Pettyjohn? She was in a Star Trek. She was in
Putting up the name of your movie. What rank? Look her up. Look at the marquee.
Great!
I bet you where I am.
You guys should probably hide yours.
Our name is too big to put on the marquee.
I can change my name real fast.
You look an awful lot like a person I knew about 10 years ago.
We're really worried about that. And then it was the first.
Don't ask.
I went to the lab to think of our original film we were shooting. And they'd say, oh, somebody just picked it up and already took it over to the 20th century.
Of course.
Right. we had to go over there and get our original film back on negative.
So what's new?
My green jacket.
I bought this 8 years ago, and I've been waiting for up to you to wear it.
Right, you can't wear those things in public.
What I wanted to do was tattoo, embroider on the back of the Jit Love clone.
Oh yeah.
Is that right?
No one would have known.
They're putting up Wizard. Do you have Wizard or something?
They got one word up.
Not to the head. I know where my spot is.
Myself.
Value from now on.
British language.
Everything that going to come out of your mouth right now is full limit.
Yeah, you got gloves, you say.
Go across the street.
Sorry, I didn't actually.
Poor Coster.
Jerry! Wow! Excuse me. This guy was a stuntman in a movie. When you see Harvey thrown in the pool at the
Okay.
Is Richard around? Yeah, he's wandering around somewhere.
Am I supposed to be letting people into the show now? Not cool.
Oh, is it? Okay.
Alright. The Wizard is supposed to be back to the original spot in line.
These two guys have been fans of the Wizard for how many years? From Miami, Florida.
Back in
Washington, D.C.
Back in line.
It says, introduce yourself. Lisa?
I'm not good at being in front
Well,
of
you're, this is Lisa Winters, and this is Maisie.
Maisie Cummings. I'm going in line. It's time to buy tickets.
Oh my God. Look at Maisie.
You have to ask my husband. Anyway, we first heard of it at a con, and that was about 6-7 years ago. And we have never forgotten him. We have watched and watched and watched, waiting. We're most excited. Yes, help me, go get my husband. No.
Where is your husband?
My husband has one of these on. He's over there. Yes, get him.
Don't get him. He's getting the tickets, lady.
No, we already got ours. Have fun. You got tickets? That's fun. Did you have any mistake as well?
By the way, you know, otherwise it's one ticket per bag.
I have a bag.
I don't know. I think
Oh, right.
I don't advertise. If we ever get into that kind of fight, that's what fandom's all about. People crazy. So I said to the guy, you know, well, I can go. So you got to
In fact, they don't recognize you, man?
It's real nice. Yeah, I haven't seen it the first time, but only about 8-9 years ago. I think they made that waiting to get it. Yeah, it worked out pretty well. You getting that?
know, we Americans are spending more than ever on entertainment. So I'm pleased to announce the new entertainment tax. Along with television tax, movie tax, game tax, safety tax. Now make sure we get the best government that money can buy. Congress has passed a new 100% withholding of all wages and earnings. But at least 23% of that will be returned to you, the taxpaying citizen. Minus, of course, state surcharges, subsidies, handling taxes, and dealer's credit. Keep your government going strong, and your government will keep you. Now, the good news is your government also secures benefits, like rescheduling retirement to age 95, except for higher competitive employees who may retire before. Put your tax dollars right to work when we pay over all those unused national park lands and wildlife refuges. And they do know what they're doing. I should have 3 weeks ago. It's not money or the time. It's just that we all work so hard to make something really good. Prove to the system. No! My car's gone, my bike's old. None of my dreams are going anywhere. Come on. I'll try. He tried his best. Wishing it was so bad. I wanted tonight to be perfect for her. This could have been a good break. I hope I can stand up. So sending those dark letters came along. You're not clear about what you do. And always remember, trust me. Now return to our program in progress.
tired of being a science show. Look at all the fun we have.
I guess that's the way I feel about it too. And if it weren't for the show, I never would have met you. You know, I never had a chance to really thank you for all the help you gave us.
You're kidding me. You gave us so long. I had a wonderful time and I'll never forget it. Never. I did it for you. Don't move. Stay right there. Right on the mark. Good.
We've been taped.
Mike, that was a neat ticket.
This is Frank Gasparic after the first showing of Wizard of Speed and Time. And from what I can see, just one incredible movie. We're going to see what we can do to get a couple of impressions from some of the people who have just walked out of the theater after seeing this. So we'll move right along with the crowd. There's Richard Kay, the producer of the film. Richard, do you have a moment?
Yeah, I do have a moment. It's quite exciting. It's probably the best night of my life.
One incredible film.
Thank you, and just the crowd reaction has just got me really wired up. Very, very excited about the reaction.
I hate to sound like evening news, but what did you think of the audience reaction?
Well, I thought that the audience was incredible, and I was happy that they responded to all the gags and the things that we thought were funny that we wanted to put in there for their sake, and you know, it all seems to work. And the characterizations all seem to work, so we're happy.
All right. Well, you're about as high as a Georgia pine, and I am too. You can't help but to feel happy after seeing that.
Really wired up tonight.
Okay, well, I'll let you get back to business.
Okay, thanks. Thanks.
Well, here's a lady we talked to before who's just seen the movie.
Joan Alexander. 5 years was too long, but it was beautiful. Great fun. Absolutely great.
Thank you very much. Aha.
There you go.
We have the man who was in the Wizard of
Sight and Sound.
Wizard of Sight and Sound. And what was your impression of this movie?
I loved it. I have to say that I expected him to do this good, and it was incredible. I hope it gets some good universal release.
Okay. Well, you're hearing it from the people who saw it. We've got a group. Have you seen The Wizard of Speed and Time yet?
Great. It was fabulous.
Funny.
It was really great.
Irreverent. You liked it?
Yes.
All right.
A lot.
Very
a lot. Very creative. It was really funny. I hope it makes it in Hollywood.
Well, with support like this, it can't help but to make it.
I think it'd be great.
And have you seen The Wizard of Speed and Time yet?
I haven't. I'm waiting to get in.
Well, you're hearing some of the reactions of people that have seen it. So
It's all good.
you're in for a treat.
I'm not disappointed.
I don't think you will be.
You'll enjoy it. Get out of here.
Okay. You just saw the movie?
Yes, we did.
Your impression?
Let's see. I think somebody was saying that he'll have to start all over as a film loader, but I don't think so. I think it's incredible.
All right.
But here's someone who's never seen it before, and another person.
I've never seen it before. I've seen some of his short films before. The film is great. It's a film that really had to be made because it says something about all the independent filmmakers that are out there trying to do animation and trying to do their own thing. And I'm glad he made it.
All right.
Entertaining, too.
Very good.
Entertaining to boot.
Entertaining to boot.
Wonderful.
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 It was better than
Wonderful.
Cats. I'd see it again and again.
Yes, it was great.
Whoa, hi.
All right. Well, you're hearing the reactions out here beyond the leading edge in Filmland.
I haven't seen it. I'm waiting in line.
He hasn't seen it yet.
You haven't seen it yet?
No.
You're going to love it from all the reactions that you're hearing.
Is it good? Patty's in it. He's in it. Ward Kimball is in it. I've seen the scene with Ward Kimball.
Hey, here's a trivia fact.
Are you in?
Ward Kimball.
I was just a bystander.
The first line is this.
It's good.
No, it's really.
Well worth it. Well worth it. Enjoyed it. It was just great. Going to be a cult movie. I think more than a cult movie. I think this could have some very broad appeal. I think so.
It's the wait. After all these years, it was great.
Yeah, it's kind of saying, well, Mike's making this picture, and it was almost continually, Mike's making this picture, and then this thing appeared, you know, and I said, my heavens, very professionally done, though. I was really quite impressed, you know. I mean, considering the fact that I recognize most of the people in it. They aren't professionals, not by a long shot. But anyway, but it's a good film. It's a good film. I really hope that people will come see it. I hope.
You hope. Well, here's your reaction.
And they wouldn't let me see it again.
Darn.
Too many people waiting.
Nasty critters.
I seem to note a very long line up against the back wall. Could you pan up against that wall? This seems to be the people waiting for the second show.
Well, we're probably not going to go much past 1 o'clock, so. Oh, well.
What, you're going to throw your party?
Yeah, but it's probably going to quit around 1 o'clock because I've got the board meeting tomorrow.
Well, I'll tell you what, we'll see. We'll see what happens. We're going to be starving today.
One of the I haven't seen it here yet. We're trying to get in.
Okay.
So,
well, we're just
going to go look at the guest list, and then we'll let you know.
All right. I have here Mr. Rick Foss, who runs a travel agency locally, and has just come out of the movie. Mr. Foss, what do you think of this movie?
I think it's excellent. I recognize that we're seeing at this point only a rough print, which means that we're not even seeing it in its finished state, and it was still superb. I would like to see it again when I can see it with the correct sound editing and all that.
All right. Well, you're hearing, there goes the crowd. Looks like they're going in now for the second show of the evening. You talk about getting packed.
It's wonderful. Ask me something, Frank.
Okay. What did you think of the live action sequences?
I think he can direct those as well as he did any of his animation. And they're well edited, it's well cut. The sound needs to be remixed, but we know they're going to do that anyway. And I'm going to come see it and see 3 or 4 more screenings just to see the single frame subliminals he puts in.
All right.
And I'll probably tell everybody to see it 10 or 15 more times myself. I have to see it in the released version anyway.
Well, that's a rather impressive critique on it right there.
Thanks.
Young man, yes, what did you think of it?
That is great.
All right. And you are?
Mark Rochambeau.
And you're connected with?
My father is a producer.
Ah, okay. And you
hated it, huh? I thought it was crummy.
This is a man who has a hate about this film.
Yeah.
You're losing your voice. Here,
Okay, Richard, where's the party?
Yeah, good. Go for it.
You guys back in the hotel.
So we're going to have to do something about... You got that blinking red light on the viewfinder. This we don't need. What we need is...
Turn on the camera, Mike. See if you can see that light blinking. Yeah. All right.
Okay? Keep your fingers crossed.
Hang on.
I know.
Why did I go in there?
53. It was great.
Okay.
Liked it a lot.
And here we have journalist Sam Frank. Frank, who are you writing for these days?
I'm writing for Movie Line and American Cinematographer and other publications, and I'm in the movie, in the theater scene at the end, and I think it's a very good movie. I've heard some people saying, well, it might play big in LA and New York and Chicago, but it won't play in Peoria. I said, You know, 11 years ago they said the same thing about Star Wars, that it would flop, and look what happened to Star Wars. I think this movie's going to take off just the way Star Wars did, and for the same reasons, that it gives people a good time, and it's the kind of fantasy movie ridiculing the Hollywood industry that people are going to love to watch.
Thank you, Sam Frank. What?
Safer.
Tom Safer. Okay. And you want to say something? Go ahead.
Yes. I think it's a wonderful film, and I hope it does go places. It's one of the best films I've seen in years. I wish I had seen lots of films like that years ago.
Okay. Looks like so far all the reactions I've seen have been positive. Although we are dealing with a primarily fan and science fiction fan audience here, from all indications, we've got a winner on our hands. Now maybe we can get to Mike Jitlove for a moment.
I got one with both autographs on it. And Mike Jitlove, the other artist. Now if that wind will stay steady.
You got enough of it?
That's not a contradiction.
Cooperate with us, wind. Just cooperate for 5 seconds.
I got a picture of my last part. You know what, struggling authors?
Where's Brian Thomas? Have you seen him lately?
Not lately.
A whole 250 up front.
Looks good, eh?
Certainly is pretty work.
This is going to get framed.
We've got to get some press permits. We're going to shoot in the street after this. We've got to get some press permits.
I get very, very sensitive. You have no idea what happens when you... Certain kinds of animation, also friends have said the same thing about anybody who works tremendously, greatly with their hands. You get very sensitive in this area. There's in one part of the film, the wizard goes by a little island, or an island, and there's a girl that runs out and waves at the wizard. I saw that. That figure was that high, and it's on a little tiny tourist brochure, and I had to, it wasn't a rotoscope, I just drew it by line, and draw that in a few hours. Perfect human figure running out. And that was the first one I ever did. Here we go. It's okay?
Yeah.
Any additions?
No, that's it.
Okay.
No, and my other cousins know.
All of that.
I have 10 cousins.
They're very enthusiastic, starting out to a really good start.
Really?
Oh, full house. They had to bring in benches so everyone could sit down. But we got everyone in. We don't need a midnight show.
Oh, good.
It worked.
Oh, yes. I was going to I'm sorry that somebody left then. I should have gotten Zoe in. Oh, drat.
Glad.
Well, if you really want them, then
Well, Mike, it sounds like you've got a 100% success on your hands.
Well, that badly dates the film. Yeah.
Gee, it felt like only 4 or 5%.
Well,
wait till we get it finished. It'll look like...
We did say it wasn't all
Oh,
it was
thanks
maybe
a lot.
another dimension. So.
Well, yeah.
We got a lot of
I'm
leeway
in
with
the
that.
interview mode right now. Yeah. I'm in my autograph mode.
An autograph.
Okay.
Let me buy your autograph.
I'm really glad. Name is Steve.
Good night.
No, this is
Thanks, Adam. The Post Pro. And Nadia from the Shapiro office. There they go.
Always a commercial.
Yes. Well, yeah, they're my friends.
You wouldn't believe it, Mike, but while you were shouting and waving, there was a green light reflection right in the middle of your glasses.
Oh, I love it.
Special effects.
Yeah, yeah.
To Steve. Steve. You didn't get a poster.
No, unfortunately, I was number 62, or rather 162.
Oh.
I like it. The cop's always on Wilcox.
Who won the green jacket?
Want to get our other poster?
I have a question also about your game. I have a copy of the Amiga, but I have not been able to
Get us. We love you.
Thank you.
Steve, you've done better than most. You got a jacket out of this.
Well, he's going to give me the jacket now. Oh. No, have him sign it for you, baby. We have our original from the con years ago. Years and years ago.
That's how I got this one. Mark had one too.
Ah, and then we got one each tonight, so you can share it. We can do it. You bet.
This is Frank Gasparek for Beyond the Leading Edge, shooting session 227-87. Time is 10:47 from the sneak preview, The Wizard of Speed and Time, the Richard K. Mike Jitlove movie. End marker right now.